nice to be in San Diego, beautiful place. And just want to thank all of you for the endeavors that you have placed in bringing good health care to people. You know, it's really the most important thing a person has. I remember as an intern at Johns Hopkins, I would go on the wards and I would see all of these people, very important people, CEO of this company, president of this organization, crown prince, queen of this nation, in many cases dying of some horrible disease. And every single one of them would have gladly given every penny and every title for a clean bill of health. And it helps you to really understand how important your health is. There isn't anything else that even comes close. You know, if someone offered you $1 billion, but you had to be quadriplegic, or you could be penniless, but be perfectly healthy, which would you take? I don't think there's anybody who would take the quadriplegic. So again, in terms of actual value, when we deal with people's health, we're dealing with the most valuable thing they have. It's one of the reasons that I've been outspoken on healthcare, because I want to make sure that we do it the right way. But, you know, it was something that really interested me even as a youngster. As a child, I used to love anything that had to do with medicine. If something came on television or the radio, Dr. Kildare, Dr. Casey, it didn't matter what it was, you know. It's medicine, I was right there. And in church and Sabbath school, frequently they featured missionary doctors who travel all over the world. Great personal sacrifice to bring not only physical but mental and spiritual healing to people. They seem like the most noble people on earth. I decided when I was 8 years old that I was going to be a missionary doctor. And that was my dream until I was 13. At which time, having grown up in dire poverty, I decided I'd rather be rich. And so I decided I wanted to become a psychiatrist, because on television they seem like rich people. You know, they drove Jaguars and lived in mansions and had these big plush offices, and all they had to do was talk to crazy people all day. It seemed like I was doing that anyway, so I said, you know, this is going to work out extremely well. And, you know, I started reading Psychology Today. There was a local shrinking high school. Everybody would bring me their problems. I would sit them down, stroke my chin, say, tell me about your mama. And then I majored in psychology in college. And that was great. You know, I had professors like Anna Freud, the daughter of Sigmund Freud, and some of the big luminary names. And I was gung-ho. But then when I got to medical school, I started meeting a bunch of psychiatrists. Need I say more? I'm just kidding. Some of my best friends are psychiatrists. But what I quickly discovered is what psychiatrists do in real life and what they do on television are two completely different things. And they're actually some of the more intellectual members of the medical community. But it wasn't really what I wanted to do, and I had to stop and ask myself, what are you really good at? You see, I believe God gives everybody special gifts and talents. And I started analyzing my life, and I realized that I had a lot of eye-hand coordination, the ability to think in 3 dimensions. I was a very careful person, never knocked things over and said, oops. It's a good characteristic for a brain surgeon, by the way. And I love to dissect things. I put that all together, and I decided on neurosurgery. And it was obviously a good decision for me. I started out as an adult neurosurgeon, but I quickly discovered that no matter how good an operation you did on those chronic back pain patients, they never got any better until they got their settlement. Whereas with the